guys! Today I'm gonna take another video of me doing exercises, but this time I'm gonna be doing the Form 5 topic called Perkongsian. So it's your 4th chapter in the entire Form 5 syllabus. So I would like to show you guys how I usually solve the question, and it is actually according to how I usually teach my students on how to solve it, including the drawing tables, and I also do it detailed. But of course, I am now showing you guys how it will look like during an actual exam. So I wouldn't be taking my sweet time drawing the tables and making sure it looks very pretty. So the main point is, as long as you get the answer, you will fill it in into your answer sheet. Okay, so let's begin. See how much time we're gonna take. All right. Guys, over here I would like to mention the reason why we have the belum bayar for this faedah atas pinjaman is because it is not from your Perkongsi. It is from your Perkongsi. You would actually have to put it into your table, so that would be included under account semasa. We wouldn't make it become a liability semasa because it's from your own Perkongsi. But now in this case, it is from bank. So this is not your Perkongsi. You cannot put it into account semasa. You have to create a term belum bayar. Okay, right. Just to clarify, in case you guys are confused, what am I doing? So point 1 is done. Alright, again, to solve your curiosity about what am I doing right here, the reason why I have minused out from account belum terima is because hutang lapor itself is something that we want to hapuskan daripada ABT. Okay, not hapuskan daripada hutang lapor. Hutang lapor is a term that we have created just to fit in those amount that we have hapuskan. So there's no place to go, right? We got to do an explanation of where the money is going to. So we call it hutang lapor. Hutang telah yang dihapuskan. Okay, so this is how we're gonna work it. So of course here I did write plus 18, but the plus 18 is meant for hutang lapor, not for account belum terima. Okay, so this is the working. You will add it into hutang lapor minus out from ABT. 18 ringgit. Alright, so we continue. Alright, so here you see is exactly what they wanted. If you did the hutang lapor wrongly to your account belum terima, you would have maybe you have added in 18 into your 3618. So if you did that, it will affect the coming up PHR's figure to be different compared to the answer at the back. So make sure that you fully understand what's the meaning of hutang lapor first, then only you start. Alright, so 4%. Now, whenever we do peruntukan hutang ragu, we try not to waste time on writing them ourselves. As long as the question provides us with it, we can just exchange the value. So from 270, we have found a 144. So I would just straight out change it to 144. And that's it for the PHR part. I've gotten the negative AS. And then proceeded with what? Proceeded with the difference, of course. We cannot just leave it this way. You cannot balance your imbangan duga, alright? So from 270 to 144, you got to find the difference and tell whether it is a pertambahan or a pengurangan. So in this case, we can clearly see that it has gotten lesser by 126. So getting lesser is a good news for your PHR, because peruntukan hutang ragu was never a good thing. Okay, you were scared that your customers wouldn't pay you back. So when it gets lesser, your worry lessens, so it becomes a hasil. So what I would usually put is a hutang ragu. So see where you want to put it. I would put it right beside hasil symbol. Alright. Now, nilai buku is something that you guys are familiar with for a long time already. Every time when you are preparing your PKK, you will be writing the word nilai buku out at which section? The place where you label your RM columns. Cost, S&T, nilai buku. So exactly, nilai buku formula is to take cost minus S&T before you can multiply by the 20%. That's how it works, alright? So we're going to be taking susut nilai from the lengkapan itself, 30,000, to multiply by 20%, but before that, isn't there S&T? So make sure you minus, only you multiply. So I'll put it over here, SN lengkapan. Don't waste your time spelling the entire thing as long as you can understand, alright? Write it your own way, make it fast over here, solving the question. So you got your SN, belanja. Then remember to add the SN into your susut nilai terkumpul. Terkumpul is the amount that we collect every year after you found your SN. So it accumulates basically, okay? So SN is by a year. Now SNT is full total years that you have used. So we got to combine together. Becomes 14640. And SNT is your negative ABS. So we are pretty much done with the pelarasan already. That's very, very quick. And after we are done with the pelarasan, then you will go into your ikatan. Now the reason why you must solve your pelarasan before going into the ikatan perjanjian is because there might be things affecting the model or even the ambilan, and also we said the gaji habib. Isn't it that we see we didn't pay 30,900? We only paid 30,000, but the 900 was mistakenly put into gaji habib because we thought that it's the same. So then the question asks us to do the adjustment. Please take it out from gaji habib and add it back into your gaji pekerja. So therefore we done that. Okay. So now that we have solved the problem, then we can officially start with the ikatan perjanjian Perkongsian. Okay. So we start from faedah atas modal. Call it FAM in short. Faedah atas ambilan, FAA, and then gaji, just gaji lah. If you want to write Perkongsi, go ahead, no problem, as long as you understand, okay? So 4% model. Follow here. Both you give them 4%. 3,000 for Wasim. 2,000 for Habib. So this one you can just repeat the same thing into the table. Why? Because model, faedah atas model is something belongs to the pemilik itself. So they are not rushing to get it back right now since they are not closing their business yet, right? So they will always delay the payment. That's why it will be the same front and back. Okay. Same goes to faedah atas ambilan lah. So 6%. I'm going to take from the ambilan. Not every time both of them have ambilan, but if they do, usually they will put a date there. So be aware that the date will indicate how long they have took the money from the business, and we will see whether it's 12 months or not based on our tarik akhir. So 31st August is bulan 8. Okay, so November to August, November, December is 2 months. August is 8 months, right? So 2 plus 8 is equals to 10. That is how long they have took the money. And for Habib, if it starts from 31st December, December is not even a month to count already because it's the last date of December. So we're going to start calculating from January to August, which is 8 months. Okay, just like that. Now I know I said I don't want to speak about anything, but I'm afraid that you guys are very confused about it, so I would like to speak it out in case you guys need the help, alright? So you will take these numbers to multiply with the month and of course take the percentage, 6%, okay? So we get a 40 here for Wasim. And 70 for Habib. Alright, and as for gaji, it's 2,500 sebulan. Be aware, sometimes they will put setahun, so you read properly first before you answer it. So if they say sebulan, a month, so you multiply by 12. Now, no matter paid or not paid, you still will put the number into the pengasingan. So Habib put into Habib's column 30,000, and then you check over here, our payment to Habib is exactly 30,000. So there is no any amount terkurang bayar. We will just put a dash over at the account semasa. So conclusion is that we will only have two things at the account semasa. Faedah atas modal, faedah atas ambilan from your perjanjian, and while pengasingan you will have all three of them lah. Okay, so how are we going to position them? Yeah, very quickly, faedah atas ambilan is the only hasil for pengasingan, and the rest are all the belanja. But it's in a special way, okay? If you compare to the symbol that I've written earlier on, those are in circles, but this one is in bracket form, okay? So then we will do this. So for account semasa, you must treat it as an equity pemilik. EP stands for hutang kepada Perkongsi. So if you owe the money, then positive credit side. If they are the person who owes you, then it will be on a debit side, negative position. Alright, so faedah atas ambilan is us owing to the Perkongsi, so it will be credit side. While faedah atas ambilan, who's the person taking? Your Perkongsi, so it will be on the debit. Alright, so settled. Now all of it are done. Only thing left is how you're gonna split the untung or rugi. They said mengikut nisbah modal. If it's modal, then you look at your model. Okay, same. So how can I make a nisbah out of it? Just erase the zeros at the back. So not erase, not literally. Now you can cover with your finger. And once that, you will see that Wasim is 75. Habib is 50. So you can try to form a nisbah out of it by doing simplify. Okay, so the simplification, I think okay, you try to make it like this first, slowly, okay, and then only we do the 3 and the 2. Is that okay? So it will be 3, 2. Now of course, if you're lazy, you could have just done this. Okay, there's no problem with it. You just go ahead and put 125 over them if you want to. But once you have simplified, it's way easier because the numbers are smaller, but it's still the same meaning. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our answering part A. Now this question, they actually provided it with untung kasar, so all you need to do is just to plus hasil minus belanja. So I'm going to go ahead and label quickly for my hasil and my belanja so I can easily see them. Now gaji Habib is no longer needed, yeah. Anyways, inventory arcade is AS, premise ABS, lengkapan also ABS, and our gaji pekerja is labeled kadar bayaran insurance. Tunai di bank stands for bank. Aset semasa, hutang lapor is done. ABT is AS, ABB is LS, and for the pinjaman matang 2023, it's actually more than a year lah, so it will be LBS. Faedah atas pinjaman already labeled. Model is the equity pemilik, and do you see account semasa here? This is for your account semasa part as baki BB later on, and there is no labeling beside of these two numbers. Why? Because this is an imbangan duga. They already put it at the credit column, so both of them will be on the credit side. Then continue to ambilan. Ambilan now will then be pindah ke account semasa Why? Because our PKK will no longer look the same. Please understand that we do not have only one person, we have more than two or just two person, okay? So then your untong per se also had to be splitted, right? Okay, we won't have the original EP looks anymore. So your ambilan will have to move into account semasa, which you will call this account semasa as a rubbish bin for your equity pemilih. So anything EP, right, as long as it's not model, you will throw into account semasa, but if it's model, it will be by itself, which is this one. Okay, alright, so we have settled. Now let's take out our blank piece of paper and start to write. Okay, so from now on, I'll stop talking. Let's begin writing. As usual, I will leave out the title, yeah? Okay, now here, be aware that the question actually asks for part A to be penyata pendapatan dan pengasingan untung rugi. So your pengasingan untung rugi would have to be done underneath of your untung per se directly once you have found it. So you cannot actually split it like how you usually do your Perkongsian question. So that's the reason I didn't draw the line underneath. So we will go ahead and start with the pengasingan. It is actually good because we don't need to spend time writing the title anymore. So you could just straight away add what? Here, from our table, we have one hasil, right? And two belanja. These are the things you have to bring in. So we start from faedah atas ambilan. You want to show your working, go ahead and show it. But if you really have no time, it's fine to leave it out. But I would show you guys because I'm fast enough, alright? Now here, because we only have one gaji, I would spell out the name of the Perkongsi, yeah? Gaji Habib. Alright, now we're getting a negative. We're going to split this among the two of them. So repeat 2 times of account semasa. Now understand that this is not the final answer of your account semasa. When we write this, we are actually indicating a catatan bergu between this section, pengasingan with account semasa, which means that I want to move this number into account semasa later on as a hutang. Because if you're earning money, isn't it, you have to give it back to your Perkongsi. But if it's a rugi, your Perkongsi will have to top up money by themselves, okay? So we're going to split it among them. When it comes to negative items, I would put the negative symbol like this. Because we already have a bracket outside, takkan you want to put 2 brackets, right? So you flexible a bit lah, change according to the situation. And we'll multiply by the nisbah that we have found out, 3/5, 2/5. At this moment, do not worry that you would have to add them together. No, because usually at this stage, we were supposed to minus. So can you imagine negative 6790 minus negative 6790? Isn't it this becomes positive? So as we do that, negative, positive, it becomes 0. So that is exactly what we wanted for the answer. That's it. We have done with part A. So now we're going to move on to part B. Part B should be usually account semasa, and what we call as perangan means you have to put the 2 person into the same account but split it as columns. So it's still going to be in T shape. Now usually this account semasa is pretty long, but for this question I think it should be slightly shorter because we only have faedah atas modal and faedah atas ambilan to put. Alright, so 2 columns on each side here, make it fast. Now this is a ledger, you must see dates inside here, not at the title. So you must start from what? You must start from the starting date of the tempo, 2020 September 1st. If you're not sure where to get this from, you can look at the question, account semasa here, they gave you the date, 1st September 2020. Okay, so just take it and put in as Baki BB. We're going to have Wasim to be 2556. And Habib to be 1450. So once done, change the date to 2021, August 31st, which is the year end for this tempo, both sides. Now, in order to avoid from mistakes, I would usually encourage students to bring in things that you might forget first, which is these 2. Do you see that we said it had to be go to account semasa? So which direction is it going to? Now you follow this number whether it's positive or negative, because account semasa is a type of equity per milik. So positive is credit side, negative is debit side. So do you see this is negative? Where is it going to? The negative side. So debit here, we are going to write pengasingan untung rugi. Now, as you come into the negative side, you do not need to put the bracket anymore because it is already the negative side. What do you want? So, no need to put the bracket, just the number by itself because it already belongs to the negative direction. Like this. Okay. Now, once you have put in the pengasingan, the second thing that usually students will forget is the ambilan. So, please copy them in first. Reminder that ambilan is a type of negative EP. And account semasa itself is an EP, right? EP meets negative EP. Isn't it? Still will get influence and it will come into the negative side. So ambilan belongs to the negative side of the EP, and we have 800, 1750. Do not get affected by the date. The date is only for faedah to calculate. So we have done with the two things that most people will forget. Then what's up? We're going to be bringing in the table items, credit and the debit. So we're going to have faedah atas modal on the credit, faedah atas ambilan on the debit side. Faedah atas modal on the credit side. $3,000, $2,000. Faedah atas ambilan $40 and $70. Okay, so that's it. And now we're going to close this account by finding the Baki HP. So I'm just going to follow according to the longest side to decide where to put my total line. I will go to the longest side and leave at least one row empty before I move on. So you can see that here I still have extra space, right? Okay, so now judging by the looks of it, we have 2,000 and 3,000. At least got a 5K here. Here we have 3K. On the other side, Wasim, we can see it's maximum 4K, and here also 3K, wait, no, 4K. Why? 4,400 at least, because 27 plus 17, right? So I would say that for Wasim is the credit side bigger, while Habib is debit side bigger. Alright, so we're going to put down their total first, yeah? Wasim is credit side, so we're going to total up the 2,556 and the 3,000. 5,556. This is what I want to see. Alright, and for Habib is the debit side bigger. 4,536. And now we're going to go ahead and find the Baki HP for both of them. We're going to see both sides with Baki HP. And we start from Wasim first. Wasim minus all of these above, 642. Habib, you also do the same thing, minus whatever is above, 1,086. Okay, so that's it. And now move the HB back to the opposite direction for each of them. So the date will become September 1st, Baki BB. You're going to see Habib coming to the debit side. And Wasim going to the credit side, 642. And once this is done, leave it here. We're going to go on to prepare our penyata kedudukan keuangan. So PKK, we need only 3 RM columns because we don't have a lot of SNT. So far, I've only seen one, so that's why. Cost, SNT, nilai book. Start off from asset bukan semasa. Alright, so start from the first one. We only have 2 ABS, but the only one with the SNT is your lengkapan. So we're going to go ahead and put that first. Only 2 premise. Alright, now lengkapan, 30,000. SNT, 14,640. 15,360. Premise, no changes to it. 114,000. Asset semasa, next. Now the upper part has no changes at all. This is how you usually do your penyata kedudukan keuangan. So the only changes is on your EP. So you shouldn't have any excuse on saying you don't know how to do the first part lah, okay? So asset semasa, we start off from inventory akhir. Put it at the center to start from, 14,000. Okay, then the rest will come in together. The next asset I see is bank. Always start from top to bottom to check your list, yeah? Remember. So after bank, we have account belum terima. Your ABT, have a friend, must be stick together, which is your peruntukan hutang ragu. Alright, so we're going to put it to the front because there is processes to do. 3006 at the front, and our PHR now is currently 144. 2 minus. Now, I would actually recommend you guys to move it down like this, but if you are someone that will get confused about this thing, then it's best that you put here on the same row. Why? Because usually here, there is no labeling at all. So students will think that, oh, this one I need to label ABT per se, but the thing is no. This is not your ABT per se, yeah, guys. ABT per se is after you minus hutang lapor, not after minus PHR. So this is not called ABT per se. It should be left empty. Now, the reason why I encourage leaving it empty is because let's say you missed out any SS semester, you can always move this number up and fit the missed out one over here. You have one extra space at least. You don't have to redo the entire thing. You get what I mean? So that's why. This is the reason I'm encouraging for you to bring it downwards instead. Okay, so we continue, yeah? After ABT, do you have any other asset? Okay, look at it. 1, 2, 3. No more. Okay, so that's it. Yeah. Okay, so now let's jumlahkan. Don't forget that you need to find modal kerja. So we're going to go ahead and minus the liability semasa. LS, no matter what, also will have one lah. But in this case, we have 2, which is the one we created ourselves. Faedah atas pinjaman belum bayar. Okay, 1, 2. 2 things, yeah. So we have completed the upper section. Now what's left is only the bottom section. So we're going to have equity per milik. It's not the usual format you will see anymore, yeah. Equity per milik, you only have find 2 things, which is model and account semasa. So you're going to repeat 2 times of model, 2 times of account semasa right here. Wasim and Habib. So this model, just copy it. There's no changes to it. It will be a 75,000 and a 50,000. Equals to 125,000 over here. Move on to account semasa. Repeat 2 times of it. This one comes from your ledger. Okay, now a lot of students will go ahead and take this. Yeah, this is wrong. Don't take from here. We wanted the one in account semasa. So Habib is on the negative side, means you're gonna write it as bracket, yeah. And Wasim is positive, so we're gonna just put 642. 642 and negative 1086. Yeah, so we're gonna combine it first, which you will get a 444 here. In negative form, so we're going to combine it with the 125000 that you get 124556, and you can see from now our last 4 digits are identical above already. So only what's left is the 6 and the 2 is different lah. So I just need another 40,000 more, which then it might be coming from your liability bukan semasa. So here we go, liability bukan semasa is our pinjaman and it is exactly 40,000. And once you put in, we are done with our Perkongsian question. So that is 164,556. So guys, I finished my Perkongsian question within 30 minutes or 35 minutes and so that includes explanation as well. So if let's say I were to not explain at all, I think I would have finished it in 20 minutes mark. So you guys can try it out, this question alongside with this video. You can always replay it again and again and again until you get the timing right. So make sure the first 2 and the 3 question, these 2-3 questions must be done within 40 minutes frames for you to be able to finish your bahagian B. So comment down below how much time it took you to finish this question and let me know what other topics you would like me to help you with it. Alright, so bye bye, see you next time.